Hello, my dears. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com. Coming back at you for another moment for chronic wellness. Thank you so much for joining me. I am continuing to talk about this coronavirus, and man, is it important that we keep ourselves safe. That it is now very clear that this is reaching epidemic proportions, and going to be interesting to see if we meet the terms for what defines a pandemic. And one of the things that I talked about on my last broadcast was this thing that the CDC said about healthy people need not wear masks. And I've really kind of continued to think about this, research this, look at what other countries are recommending about this. And what has become clear is that those of us with ongoing chronic conditions probably don't meet the standard of what they are considering healthy people. And B, there is certainly a protective instinct to make sure that masks don't just fly off the shelf and get reserved for the people who most need them, which are those of us with underlying health conditions, suppressed immune systems, healthcare workers. And C, just your standard surgical mask is not a fine enough weave to prevent the virus being able to penetrate it. So it is clear that it takes an N95 mask, which is a finer particle screening mask, to prevent the virus from being able to penetrate the weave of the mask. Okay, so there's some arguments about the mask, but remember, folks, that if you are wearing a mask, even if it is not the kind that can fully screen out the virus, a mask will prevent you from the likelihood of touching your mouth and nose. And just that action alone, we touch our faces 80 to 90 times in short stretches of time, just so unconsciously, wiping our nose or our lip or something that's on our face. And that is how we so often spread viruses and infections, colds and flus, and then certainly the coronavirus too. And so any prophylaxis against that is helpful prophylaxis. And so if that means that having a mask on your face is going to help keep you from doing that, you bet that's an important safeguard. So utility of masks, that's something to weigh and consider. Are you wearing them? Do you wear them even when there's not a threat of coronavirus? This is something I'd like to hear back from you on, and we'll pick up this thread again here when we continue the conversation. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, and until we're together again, be well.